I'm live. I'm live. Look at the camera, Steve. All right. Is there someone on? I really don't want to start talking. And I don't know what I'm going to talk about until someone comments, I suppose. Maybe I'm just going to have to talk about something. If there's anyone there, please say hi. Facebook live stream, sometimes people are watching and it doesn't show because they can't have you thinking people are interested in what you're saying, can they? This is a bit cringe looking at the camera to talk. Any boogers? No, that's good. Nothing stuck between my teeth. That's always good. Very wrinkly there. That's awesome. All right, good. Smile lines. I do a lot of smiling. And I like to get Chinese a little bit sometimes too. So I can see someone there. Maybe. Say hi, please. It'd really help me to see that someone's listening before I start rambling. Is that you, bud? My wife's in the next room doing her work. What do I talk about if there's no one here? That is the question. How do I go full screen? No, someone was there, someone's not there. Say hello, somebody. I'm just going to have to start talking. What do I talk about? Suppose I could talk about my current philosophies regarding where we're at in the current state of the global takeover that's happening right now. I could talk about John Jones winning the heavyweight belt yesterday, which was awesome. Despite his shenanigans outside of the octagon, you can't disregard his skills and ability to dominate people. So it seems like people are coming on going, what the fuck's this guy talking about? And then they're leaving, which is a shame. But I don't want to be one of those guys who just prattles on for minutes saying, hey, how are ya? Ooh, we'll just get some people on board, shall we? So, yeah. Hello. Welcome to the Steve Riley channel. Never intended to be known as Steve Riley. I used to change my name on Facebook quite regularly because I've always been a shit poster on there. And one day Facebook made a rule where the last name you make, you're going to get stuck with. And it was Steve Riley. And then Steve Riley became Steve Riley. And my meat suit currently has to answer for the shenanigans Steve Riley has been up to. So yeah, John Jones, for anyone who's watching this who's into MMA and my shenanigans perhaps with MMA Guru, Loquacious, Grey Shirt, Guru the Musical. I'm Guru the Musical. I'm so cool, man. I'm a musician who plays meme songs. Mate, memes are supposed to be made in 1 minute and thrown out into the universe. No one wants to sit and watch a meme musicals. You call me cringe for getting out there and fighting the global takeover. Do you deny that there's a global takeover happening right now? But it's cringe to go out and rally the troops. Is that what you're saying? Musical boy? The remake of Cats a couple of years ago is probably your favorite movie, mate. That's all I'm going to say on that. But, yeah. It's been fun getting into the MMA Guru. I thought he had banter. He doesn't have banter. Just like I thought Israel Adesanya would have banter. No banter. Absolutely no banter. So I'm still here. Still Steve. Still looking for banter. If anyone wants some smoke, come round and we'll get Chinese. But if it's the other smoke you want, you don't want none of that boy. Or girl who thinks he's a boy, or a boy who thinks he's a girl. You don't want none. All right, that's all I'm going to say. So yeah, I am Steve Riley. I'm not going to pick my teeth on camera. That's super annoying. The little things that we do when we're a little bit nervous, not super nervous. See, wiping my nose. Stop it. Stop it, Steve. Just keep your hands at your side. And be a good boy. All right, we've got one person. Come on, someone say something. I'm going to talk to you. Let's talk. I've got a YouTube channel here. I might not know you. 2 people. All right, here we go. Who we got? Hey, big fella. Who's that? Is that Tim? Stop Funding Israel. Is that you, Tim? Say hello. All right, now we're cooking. It's going to be a discussion between me and someone I don't know yet. Who is it? Talk to me. Let's get a conversation cracking. Hope things are better in Australia. Monkeyland 03. All right. Hope things are better in Australia. All right. There's 2 things that I'm going to jump on there. Hope. Hope is good. Hope is very good. And better in Australia. I will post you around the sites. Get some folks in here. Thanks, man. Who are you, though? Stop Funding Israel. Who is that? Thank you, ma'am. Or ma'am. But Monkeyland 03. Things are better in Australia because, well, probably mainly because the government has allowed things to be better. Steve Johnson, my man. What's poppin', brother? Western Australia. God, you might have taken the biscuit with that clown, McGowan. I don't know who I dislike more, McGowan, Gunner, Andrews, Jacinda Ardern. At this point, they're just like an amorphous blob, really, with many ugly, annoying heads to look at. But yeah, g'day, mate. It's good to see you. And yeah, Monkeyland 03. I'm assuming you might be, well, I shouldn't assume, but are you from England, UK? Things are better in Australia. I've had a really good 3 years, to be honest. Some of the friends that I've made and the people that I've gotten to know and the memes. The memes. Double chef kiss. Amazing memes we've had the last few years. But For general non-awake community, I'd say things have gotten a lot better in Australia because the government has allowed it to be so. But I've had a good time the last few years regardless. And I'm having a really good time now. So my eldest boy has started school. He's in prep. He's kicking goals. His teacher, we had a teacher report last week, and she said academically he's smashing it. And yeah, he listens. And he's not as cheeky in class as he is at home. So that was always good to find out. But where's it going? Yeah, the sun's been shining. I've got a job. Oh, I better turn my phone onto silent. There we go. I just got a job. Finally, I've been unemployed for the last few weeks. Quit my job because someone told me they wanted to hire me. So I quit my job and then they didn't want to hire me. So I've used a bunch of my savings the last few weeks, but I've had a really good time with the family. So that's been good. From the USA, Monkeyland. Awesome. Awesome. Saw some videos of the police giving us a difficult time when we were trying to support Australia's freedom. That is true. They didn't like that. They just thought, a lot of these people watch the news. I reckon they'll all just stay in their houses like good little children. But we didn't. I've never liked being told what to do. And yeah, I didn't realize that was training for a global takeover. I just thought I was a black sheep and troublemaker. But turns out I was an asset. Hey, Strickland's burner. What's up, man? I got no idea who you are, but I like that you're on my side now. Felt like we were a little bit, you're like, who the fuck is this guy? Who the fuck is that guy? No, that was a terrible Irish accent. Sorry. I've started turning into guru already doing my impressions. Isaac Butterfield, Monkeyland 03. Isaac Butterfield was talking about many of the things in Australia, and I found your channel later on. Were you from England originally and moved to Australia? Yeah, so I was born in Blackburn, Lancashire. Beautiful Blackburn. The birthplace of the Industrial Revolution. We had a lot of cotton mills in Blackburn until they moved over to India, and it ripped out the guts of our town, our county, unfortunately. But we're in 3rd division now or something in the soccer. So there's always that, isn't there? You'd flex it. It's all banter, bro. All right, sweet. Strickland's burner, gold. Good cold moment at the presser. Thanks, man. Yeah, it was fun. Flex it. Yeah, a little flex. But really, I was just trying to have some fun with Guru. Like, the amount of boring trash comments that he reads out that I have to sit there and listen to. And it sucks. I really don't want to listen to him too much anymore. I was loving Guru, but he's very toxic. Very toxic. He has constant negatives to report. Things that are good, he reports, briefly, but he loves just concentrating on negatives. So I was hoping we'd have some good times, man. I can't watch Guru anymore. Preacher. Yeah, man. He really needs to fix it. He's gotten pigeonholed with his chat crew, and it's just dragging him down. Like, you got to cut loose from that. He plays like a villain character. Look, he does, but then he acts like he's playing in the middle and he's kind of neutral. But he is a bit of a villain. And same thing with Izzy, man. I thought he had banter. He's got no banter. He's good when he's just talking like this and you can't talk back. Second someone talks back, Spurgeon. Bad look. All right, sorry. Yeah, Preacher, Cage. Anyway, where are you from? Strickland's Burner, where are you from? I want to know more about you. I asked you, Strickland's Burner, what do you do for a job? How old are you? Blah, blah, blah. You tell me, man. I want to get to know you people. Monkeyland 03, from what it seems, many of the Australians left Victoria and moved to New South Wales. So probably New South Wales is going to be more right wing. Kinda. New South Wales, they have a Liberal government, that's the Australian Liberal, which is basically, believe it or not, right wing. I don't think there's any right wing government really for us. Well, not for me. I'm a centrist, but if you're a centrist, if you're right of far left, then you're a right winger now. So I don't think there's any government for us, but a lot of people move to Queensland, which is very up north. New South Wales is the next state over up, and then you've got Queensland above New South Wales, and they've got a Labor government there, and they did do all the lockdowns and that, but they've got a lot of people who live rurally in Queensland because of the weather up there. It's very hot and warm. You can grow a lot of crops up there, so people have the ability to just say no a bit more up there. Us landscape. What does that mean? Strickland's Burner. US landscape? Don't know what you mean there, brother. Denmark. Preacher, Denmark, sweet. Tell me about your experience with the last few years up there, man, during the takeover. Poker player is your job. So that must mean you're able to think critically, because you got to know when to fold them, man. I could never be a poker player because I get attached to my hands. You live in the US. And I landscape. Oh, that's your job. Okay, sweet. Strickland's Burner. Okay. I thought you were English with how much. I just assume a lot of people who are in the guru sort of scene are UK, but yeah, obviously he's got a massive global audience. And you're a landscaper. See? That means you're a cool dude, man. That's why we vibe, because you're out in nature. You're not living in the Matrix 24/7. Whereabouts in the United States, brother? Was Australia bad for COVID? Yeah. So I was lucky enough to leave the UK, and my family emigrated to Melbourne, Australia. Melbourne, Victoria, Australia. We've been called by Jerry Seinfeld, we're referred to as the butthole of Australia. We're down the bottom, at the back end. Florida, you lucky bugger. You lucky man, Strickland's Burner. I don't know if you want to tell me your name. I'd like to call you by your name instead of Strickland's Burner, but Florida. DeSantis, don't know how it'll go. Don't know how DeSantis will go up against Trump, but if he stays as the governor there, I think you're in safe hands, brother. Look, I did wear a mask. Man. Originally, I think very early on. Basically, because I don't like being told what to do, I was having issues with my kids' daycare. And they basically said, if you cause trouble with the mask, then your boy can look for somewhere else to go to daycare. And he loved his teachers and he loved his friends at daycare. So I put a mask on every now and again. I took it off as soon as I could. But cringe. Didn't like doing it. But look, sometimes you got to choose your battles, man. And when you're getting arrested every 5 minutes off the police for fighting the government and their military arm, which is the police, you kind of just want to go into daycare for your boys, and just walk in and walk out and everything's cool. Unfortunately, that meant sometimes wearing a mask. But learning about Australian politics, Monkeyland 03. The Australian Labor Party is what we Americans know as left wing, and the Australian Liberal Party is what we know as right wing. Yes, but they're not, and that's the same as Conservatives in the UK. Boris Johnson got into power in a landslide, and immediately the Conservative Party started talking about Pride Month and global warming and climate change and veganism. There's really, we've been subverted culturally, institutionally, academically. We've been completely subverted, and it's been a secret cultural Marxism, whatever you want to call it. It's been a secret takeover of people who want total obedience and control, obedience of their populace and control of just about everything. In in Sydney, Australia, a couple of days ago, there was a penguin pride march. A penguin pride march. What the? They've got penguins. Zookeepers have got penguins marching for gay sex now, brother. Or sister, Monkey Land. Yeah. I don't think there's really any Conservative Party truly conservative. And yeah, Trump, DeSantis, there's a few notable exceptions, but look, European. There's a lot of European leaders, I think, in France. I've really become very unpolitical. I used to be very political. I was hoping that the answer to this was political, but I don't follow politics too much anymore. So to be honest, I really don't care what party is in power anymore. It's all corrupt. Trump, DeSantis, they've all got weak spots. They're good as figureheads and for, being the face of the brand, but the brand is built on the people. Andrew Breitbart said, politics flows downstream from culture, not vice versa. It's pretty much acknowledged, it was acknowledged that culture flew downstream from politics, but politics is cringe. Humans are not cringe. Humans are fucking awesome. So we'll never flow downstream from anything, really. We make our own. We make our own trends. Things resonate. You can program it, but I think things that organically resonate, resonate for a reason because they speak to us as humans. There's truth in it. There's love in it. There's funniness in it, and that's what's cool. So, yeah, I think the answer these days, and probably always has been, to just not listen and just live your life and, be a good human being. So, I'm not saying go out and break the laws, there are obviously real bad laws, and you must break them. It's our duty to break them. But the good laws, don't steal, don't kill, don't rape. Saying all the words here that are going to get me in trouble in my debut live stream. But don't do any of that and just be a good human and you should be pretty sweet, And then when things like this pop up, break all the laws, that they want to push on you that haven't been gone through the proper vetting channels to put in. But anyway, I've ranted enough. Who we got here now? So Australia makes you. Strickland's burner. Yeah, man. Australia is sick. Awesome people. We've got a sort of, I don't know if you've heard people saying she'll be right. There's a very Australian sort of vernacular, whatever you call it. She'll be right. It's sort of intrinsic to the Australian sort of personality. She'll be right, mate. Don't stress, Unfortunately, when this takeover rolled out, we didn't stress. We just said, she'll be right, mate. And it wasn't right. So I think the reason, obviously we're very close to China. Geographically, we're very aligned with China politically and financially. So there was that aspect of it too. But the fact that we're such a chill people, I think, was the reason why Australia was kind of one of the testing grounds for the last few years to see what the NWO could get away with. State of Georgia, Monkey Land. I've been to Florida many times, cousins in Australia, New Zealand. From the state of Georgia, that was Georgia the one that Russia tried to annex? Am I tripping? I am shocking with geography. Anyway, Strickland's burner. How long has it been like this in Australia? Has it been strict like this for a while now? Well, they say there's a famous quote. I can't remember who said it, but the problem with Australia isn't that we were sort of founded by convicts and, people who committed crimes overseas were shipped to here. The problem wasn't that we were filled with convicts. The problem was we were filled with prison officers. So since the Australian, the country of Australia was founded, 300 something years ago, we've been filled with prison officers. So it was built on that kind of a mindset, I guess, and that's flowed through the culture, We have famous characters in our culture, Ned Kelly being one of them, who was they call a bushranger, used to basically got oppressed by the government, couldn't earn a good living, turned to a life of crime, wore the body armor, and went shooting around Victoria. But we got him. We got the Ballad of Waltzing Matilda, which a lot of people think should be our national anthem, which is basically about a guy who was roaming the land, was on private property, took a sheep, and cops tried to get him, and he jumped in a river to get away and drowned. And the ghost lives on of the lawbreaker. But I didn't see a lot of that in our culture. But then that was early on, and now I do see it. There's a massive freedom movement here, a massive anti-big government. Look, I'm not anti-government in the sense of all government. I believe government is very necessary for basically for admin purposes, so that we can live our lives and they do all the admin and we pay them a stipend, whatever you want to say, how you want to pronounce it, to do that admin role. Police, probably necessary. Well, necessary. Anyway. Okay, so Monkeyland. Yes, Steve, they are 100% all the same now anyway. 100%, brother. Monkeyland, would you know about the Australian comedian Friendly Geordies? I would. I don't really consider him a comedian. He's a cringe leftist. And look, he found himself on the wrong side of the government. So I suppose the enemy of my enemy is my friend. But he's a very cringe character. He started out his career as a male model. Look at me posing like, I'm not really going to vibe with any comedian who starts out as a male model. And we've had a few run-ins on Facebook where I called him cringe and he had no banter, much like MMA Guru, much like Izzy Adesanya. But he's on the bad books with the government now. So, yeah, respect for that, for fighting it. All right. Strickland's burner. Do you plan on ever leaving? Well, the reason the American flag is there is because I love America and I would love to live in America. I don't see it happening anytime soon. We keep going in the lottery to get a green card, but yeah, good luck with that, especially now. I think Florida would be twice the size now if they let everyone who wants to come over. But, excuse me, I would love to move to Queensland and get some good sunshine up there and a bit more freedom rurally. But not for the time being. We moved we're in the countryside now, West Gippsland in Victoria. It's a beautiful spot of the country, of the state, and doing a lot of fishing. Just started archery, got this target. So I'm going to start shooting that soon once I get proficient with my bow. My bow needs a lot of work to get all the sights in and all that fun stuff. But right now I'm just trying to put holes in targets and I'm doing all right with that. But where are we? So yeah, I'm enjoying West Gippsland. I love it down here. The kids are all happy. My wife's happy. My wife grew up down here, so she's got her mum here. And yeah, right now I'm happy. We'll see what happens in the future. But where are we? Steve. Yeah, 100% with Georgia. Yep, Monkeyland, Georgia. Nick Kelly was Australia's Robin Hood. Or was he a psyop? Was he a psyop, Steve? You know, I went to Ballarat with the family a couple of weeks ago. And, you know, they talk about the Eureka Stockade and how, you know, it was the birthplace of Australian democracy. 20 of us got shot for fighting the government because we didn't want to pay our gold licenses and we were fighting the oppressive police. But it's just funny when you see the Victorian government runs Sovereign Hill and they're spruiking rebellion against the government. Is it just bread and circuses? Do they just want us thinking that we're a land of rebels, that we're a land of Ned Kellys so that we stay in our box? I don't know, mate. Monkeyland, I was told by an Australian on Twitter that even though Friendly Geordie's had almost 1 million subscribers, he's still not a major influence in Australia. No, he's not. Many of his subscribers are not from Australia. No, he's cringe. To be honest, he's just cringe. You know, look through his older stuff, the way he talks about politicians non-stop. I believe he was paid by the Labor Party. Might be wrong about that, but yeah, he's just cringe. Highly produced videos, some ways, and yeah, I think that money's got to be coming from somewhere. And he started out as a male model, just like Jim Jeffries started out as an opera singer. I'm sorry. With relatively few exceptions in the human experience, I think you can go from being an opera singer to a funny comedian. And same with Friendly Geordies. China's the biggest buyer of Australian products. Monkeyland, yeah. And vice versa. So we export a lot of our coal to China. They burn it willy-nilly. Then we're shutting down all of our coal plants in Australia so that we can buy batteries made in China. It's a disgrace at the moment. Yeah, we need to cut loose from the Chinese teat and vice versa ASAP. Yeah, I wish we were closer geographically to maybe not Canada, but the USA. All right, Steve. He wasn't. Ned Kelly was not a psyop. Sorry. No, he wasn't. He was legit. And he was probably a ginger. What do we got? Friendly Geordies is definitely a set-up stooge. 100%. Cringe character. All right, so does anyone want to ask me any questions or anything? Not that I want to talk about myself too much, but maybe I could show you my backdrop a little bit. So that's what I'm working with at the moment. Got my trusty megaphone there. Strickland's burner, if you're still on here, you might see something with Rob Whittaker with this soon. A little belt there. You can't really see it because of the sun, but yeah, all will be revealed. Got my cool Transformers. Some artwork from Sam Hyde. Deadpool, Wolverine. Ken and Ryu, just some funky stuff. And then we've got my wall artwork. Trailer Park Boys, Bas Rutten, Godspeed and Party On. He sent that out to me, legend. I saw the Trailer Park Boys live and they signed their poster for me. Got some Pokemon artwork up there. My wife did, me with the boys and my favorite Pokemon. DJ Steve up there with my boy Oscar having a boogie. And then let's see, here we go here. Some Robert Whittaker signed memorabilia. Him jumping in to engage with Darren Till, catching him flat-footed. Signed poster from him before he got the belt, and you can't see it, but really that well. But me with me trusty megaphone roasting Israel Adesanya because he messed with my man Robert Whittaker. You can't do that. Don't mess with my boys, or I'll roast ya. So yeah. My camera's just gone a bit freaky. Yep. So yeah, that's my backdrop. I was going to go with an artificial backdrop and green screen and all that. Or I could have just done what the MMA Guru did and get a $50 MMA Guru neon light. But got a bit more respect for you than that. And I'm a bit more aesthetically and minded than that. And I like cool cultural shit. Deadpool, Wolverine, Transformers, 1980s Transformers, just good stuff. All right, who we got here? Strickland's Burner. Dude. Sam Hyde, yes. Love Sam Hyde, man. His new stuff, bit cringe. I think he needs to just go underground again and keep his moves a little bit less frequent, but yeah, love Sam Hyde, man. His the Candyman. Oh, that was sick. What did he say? Hassan Piker, I'm going to come for you. That was sick. And I've just done another MMA Guru impression. Sorry. Yeah, love Sam Hyde. World Peace was sick. What was his? What was the one he did? The TED Talk. Double chef kiss. Monkeyland 03. Do you miss England? I do. You would have thought I was from Ireland originally because of the clover on your shirt. No, that's Sean O'Malley's shirt there. He's a UFC fighter. And yeah, he's a little bit cringe, but I like his energy. He's a bit different and not shy of being different. So yeah, Sugar Sean. But I think I've got a lot of Scottish in my DNA, a lot of Irish with the last name Riley. There's going to be a lot of that intermixing. But yeah, I'm definitely from England. I'm from Lancashire. Acock. You all right, lass? You all right, laddie? I do miss England, but I'm Australian now. I mostly missed England because my grandparents were there, who I've got on my arm, Ron and Jean, R.I.P. Yeah, I used to go and see them very regularly, but they passed on now. They're in a better place. Definitely 100% having wines in heaven. Beautiful people, my grandparents. And so I used to see them as much as I could. But Australia is my home now. Still miss my family over there. I've got, my whole family's over there. But Australia is my home. I'm building a new family here. You saw, sorry, wait up. Whitaker will beat Alex. Oh my God. I don't know, man. That guy's huge. If Rob struggled with Izzy with his length and his height, how's he going to go against that monster? Obviously, his grappling is going to play a role, but, his grappling would have played a role against Darren Till. And Darren Till, he found it hard to get him down. Couldn't really get Izzy down too much. He got him down, but then he didn't do anything with him. Look, I'm the ultimate Whitaker fanboy, man. But like his coach, his old coach, Fabricio Ite used to say, at this level, it's 50-50. So always hopeful, cautiously optimistic. I've got his back no matter what. If he gets knocked out by Alex, I will still have his back, Guru says, doesn't matter who's got the belt, he's the champion. I kind of agree with that mindset. He's just, for me, he's the perfect representation of what the sport should be. He's respectful, but he can get into trash talk if you want to go there. But Izzy took that too far, and that's why I had to get up and defend him. I got it. I got it from a local supplier. Obviously, it's made in China, Steve. That mask. I'll show you the mask for anyone who doesn't know what we're talking about. I don't know what screen it's got saved on it, but let's have a look. Oh, I was wearing it when I was DJing as Santa. So yeah, that's it's fully controllable by an app. You can change it, you customize it. It's sick. Got a battery in it. I think it cost me $120. So I'm a DJ, and it adds a little bit of fun when you're DJing. I love DJing for the kids. So yeah, got it from an Australian distributor, obviously made in CCP territory. Preacher, thoughts on Jesse on fire? I'm conflicted on Jesse. I really am. I like him. I like his energy. He obviously stands against the global takeover, so massive respect there. But I don't know why he was going to work with MMA Guru after the things that MMA Guru has encouraged in his chat about Jesse's family, his wife in particular, and just the type of energy that MMA Guru brings. That's not Jesse's energy. I think Jesse on fire was mostly going to work with him on he saw the potential there business-wise, but I don't. He claims to be an expert on business. How do you think it's going to be good for your business aligning yourself with a brand that is built on toxicity and negativity and fucking huge disrespect to MMA fighters, to UFC fighters? Like, the things that he says, he's going to account for that at some point. He's going to pay the piper with that. Probably his channel is going to be smashed, at some point if he doesn't take steps to fix it up. But probably just, UFC fighters not wanting to be interviewed by him. He's in his little echo chamber, thinking he's the arbiter of what's cringe, what's not cringe. Bro, you're cringe, okay? Anyone who wears a uniform every time they get on a stream and do content is cringe. Like, you wear a beanie. Like, he walks around in his shed, making 2-minute noodles in a microwave probably. And he's like, oh, I'm about to do a live stream. I better go get my beanie. Like, call me cringe. You're cringe, brother. You Are Cringe Guru. But Jesse on Fire, I reached out to him when he was going to work with MMA Guru, sent him an email, never responded. I just said, look, man, I don't think this is a good idea. And I've been in his comments, paid him super chats to pass that on as well, that message. Hasn't read it out. One good thing, there's several good things about Guru. Look, he's super knowledgeable about MMA. I'm not, I just watch fights. I got no idea what's going on half the time, especially when it's on the floor. On the feet, obviously you can see what's happening. I can see it and appreciate and understand optically what's happening, but to break it down, I couldn't do that. So hats off to him. And that's why he got a big channel, because, he had good takes. His betting odds are pretty good. But and what else? He reads all the chats. That's a good thing. Basically, I weaponized that situation against him. It was pretty easy. You can make content by paying him $2 to say a certain thing, chop it up. So I think more people should do that. Treat him as basically an AI. But Jesse on Fire, I like him as a human. I like Guru as a human when he's not corrupted by the chat and by smoking his own asshole. But I think he's a bit too business-minded and a little bit very clickbaity, and sort of says things as statements when they're opinions, But I like Jesse. Can't watch his videos too much at the moment. He's really not putting out too much good stuff. There's nuggets within each video that he does, but I'm not watching him nowhere near as much, and definitely can't really watch Guru anymore. That's why I felt like I had to say something. That's why I got into it. We got into a little bit of a beef, because it was like with Izzy. Like, I respected Izzy until he started going off the rails and, trashing Rob and his family and, just saying things too disrespectfully. And that's where Guru is, it's not my vibe. I'm a family man. I'm a shit poster. I'm a meme lord. I don't mind deep banter, but there's a line. There's a big line. All right. Movie Elvis that I watched was filmed in Australia. Haven't seen that yet. I've heard it's good, Elvis. Sugar always has fun fights. Yeah, 100%, man. It's Strickland's burner. Yeah. He lost to Cheeto. Unfortunately, that's how things happen. When you're fighting, when you're in a business where your job is to take chunks out of the other guy's body, then occasionally you're going to get hit in a spot where you can't have a chunk taken out of. You think Rob Whittaker can take down Alex? I think he can too. He took down Izzy. What can he do down there? He's very long, very strong, with a big old Brazilian dome. Clip that. Alex was getting taken down by Bruno Silva, and Izzy just took him down. But True Alex has a chance to KO him. Yeah, man. And Rob should have won the Izzy rematch. I didn't think so. I thought there was a case for it. I've seen crazier things happen. But if he'd have done more when he got him down, he would have won, unfortunately. And he's admitted, he was gun shy. You can't be gun shy against Izzy. Obviously you don't want to be zero gun shy like he was on the first fight, but you have to be. Rob goes. He doesn't, very strategic in where he'll engage and disengage, but he goes, So if it had just gone a little bit more, and in the third fight, I reckon, and now that he's lost the title's not on the line. I think in the third fight, if they ever meet again, Rob's going to go. So that's going to be exciting. Am I living in Victoria? Don't know Lewis Spears. Yes, I live in Victoria. It is very much the California of Australia. Yeah, it's a damn shame. We're under the pump here right now. Don't know if you know that saying in Australia, when you're pushed hard, pushed to your breaking point, perhaps you're under the pump. But my feeling is that they push too hard too soon. I think the internet opened up society in a way they weren't ready for, and they've tried to put us back in the box, but humanity can't be put in a box, baby. We break free of that every time. You can't put us in the matrix. We'll break free. We'll unplug. And yeah, I'm very hopeful for our future. I like to see Australia, New Zealand, and Canada and the USA as siblings. Look, I like to see, and this is my new sort of vibe, and I've always felt this, but now more so than ever, we are all siblings, all of humanity. There's a story here and a story there, or the government did this, the government did that. Look, at the end of the day, government gets more power, then it wants more power. It increases our safety. That's a good thing. So we give them more power. Yeah, keep us safe, keep us safe, keep us safe, until they're keeping you safe from the flu. So yeah, I believe we are all, each of us, eyeballs of the same consciousness. Each of us is making our way through our life, perceiving what we see as real, but the truth is often in the middle. Some people see it one way, some people it's here. And the more people that we bring together, the more that we can find that middle area and see what humanity truly can be. And I think we're doing that now. I think I wouldn't go back if I could. The last few years have been critical for us finding our voice and finding what we need to fight for and what's right and what's true and what's good. And basically, it's the exact opposite of anything the government said was good. So basically, if you just go the opposite of what they've said the last few years, we're going to be just fine. And there's more that unites us than divides us. So I'm sick of playing this political game, left and right, red, blue, communist, capitalist. We take a little something from everything, put it together, and that's always going to be better for us than going one way or the other. Right now we're godless. 100 years ago we were ruled by God, or the church's idea of what God was, and they did horrible things to gay people, black people, so where was I going with that? Why was I saying that? I don't want to see, if you say you're a white man, a black man, I really could care too less. It's what's in here. It's what's in your heart. That's who I want to know. So let's just get together, baby, and be good to each other. Monkeyland, that's very beautiful. Thank you. I'm a light of Victoria. Hopefully more Australians in Victoria will support what you're doing. I've got a lot of friends, and especially new friends that I've met in the last few years. They definitely support what I'm doing. I support what they're doing. And yeah, I want to be a light, I like to smile. I like to make jokes. I like to have fun. I like to get loose. I like to get up to shenanigans. And that's where people are. People need to be loose and have fun and smile. You smile at someone, they smile back. You walk around sad and moping, they're going to mope back at you. So what would you rather be? Would you like to walk around and see smiles, or would you like to walk around and see frowns? I think it's a pretty easy algorithm there. But I'm nearly at 1 hour. I've had fun. Thank you all for having a chat. Steve, Stop Funding Israel, thank you for your work, brother. Strickland's Burner. Yeah, I'm glad we got to know each other a little bit better. And any fan of Whitaker's is a friend of mine. Monkey Land, thank you. Yeah, for the beautiful words and for getting to know you as well. And being a poker player, I like it. You might have to teach me some moves. Maybe we could do an online collab or something. I don't know. But respect everyone. Keep smiling. Keep loving. Keep making memes. Keep roasting everyone who needs to be roasted. And yeah. So we do need to have more of these live chats, Monkey Land. It's a bit of a cringe factor for me. Like on Facebook, I do live streams when I DJ and things, but it's like, I don't know what this is, what it should be. Obviously, I made the cool backdrop because I thought I could do something. My friends have told me to get a YouTube channel going, pretty heavily shadow banned, but you got to give it a crack. I've been unemployed for the last few weeks because I had a job lined up that fell through. I quit my other job and then, I had no work, but I got a job. I'm working next Tuesday, helping disabled people to get into the workforce, which is a job I've always wanted to do. I'm going to be working next week. So now was the time for me to do it if I was going to do it. And I think, we can, I don't have to be anything. We could just do this. We could just talk and just spread the love, spread the good times, spread the memes. If you think anyone will be interested in this, share it, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Handshake agreement. If you want to watch my content, then handshake, like, subscribe, share. Love you guys. Peace. We'll win. Humanity will win. We have every single time. The Soviet Union fell. That says it all. Peace.